Hola from Puerto Escondido.
What's up, guys? We've been here in Puerto Escondido for the last several weeks and on the Oaxacan coast. We keep extending our stay, planning on leaving, and then just...
And it never happens.
Yeah, we love it too much. Buenos dias, guys. We're here at our Airbnb in La Punta Beach in Puerto Escondido.
Yeah, it's like 7 a.m. right now, and we're probably the only ones up other than the surfers.
So today we're going to talk about living on the coast of Oaxaca and some things we did not expect about it. This is our little Airbnb here. It's kind of located in like a complex with a garden and little units all around it. It's very, very like basic, simple. We're kind of here to save money and just live close to the beach. So just got like a generic room here.
We've got a nice ceiling fan. There is no AC in here.
Yeah, so one thing about a lot of places here is that they're actually a bit pricier than we would have expected, especially if you want things like AC and good Wi-Fi or hot water. So this place actually doesn't have any AC, no hot water.
Yeah, and a lot of places here, it's actually really funny because not only do you not have hot water, you don't even have the option. It's just like, there's literally one handle. It's not freezing cold. The temperature is like room temperature, which feels really good, especially because it's pretty hot here and muggy most days. Yeah. So hopping under that shower is actually really cooling and makes you feel better.
And the Wi-Fi works decent. Sometimes you just have to go set up by that door or go sit outside in the garden. So it's not bad. Our unit has a Frank Sinatra, I Did It My Way mural, which is super cool, I think. So we knew we were in the right unit. Out here we have a cat and we got a little shared table area. It's a good spot to do some work. Got a stove, sink, refrigerator, bathroom, another sink for hand washing, hammock, dishes. We got cold water at all times, which is really, really, really nice. As you can see, there's a pretty cool cat mural. Is that you, buddy? It is you. You're famous. This is my favorite part about La Punta. Right outside is just this dirt road, and you can hear all the roosters behind me. It's like I said, it's super early in the morning.
I think that's one thing we did not expect about this area that we're staying in, is that all of the little side roads are dirt. So it's really cool.
This right here is a testimony to how chill and laid back this area is, which we're gonna touch on later. But just look at this. RV does not fit in your backyard. Just tear your wall down and park the butt of the RV out of it. And of course there's palm leaves in the back of a truck bed. Beach life. Our commute to the beach, about a 5-minute walk. What I think is super cool is so not overdeveloped. It's so natural, and there's like lots of farmlands, and like everybody has a garden. So
yeah,
I think it'd be dope to live out here.
Down here you don't see any resorts, which is what I like. Yeah. And then when you get on the beach, you kind of just see palm trees lined down the side. You don't really notice a lot of like high rises, so it has a really raw feel. One thing we did not expect about the Oaxacan coast is that the waves have a crazy strong undertow. So a lot of the beaches here are not safe for swimming. They're not even safe for beginner surfers. There is a couple beaches that are like more calm. They're like in little coves and they're better for swimming, which we're gonna list in an ultimate Puerto Escondido beach guide that we'll link in this video. As for Zicatela and La Punta, a lot of people swim in La Punta, but in Zicatela, the undertow is definitely really strong and it's not recommended.
Right, guys, we found a little quiet piece of the beach here. I'm actually shocked there's so many people out here because like Zicatela is just a massive stretch and most of the time it's completely empty. But the La Punta is a bit more popular, I think. So there's actually quite a bit of people out here for like 7:45 in the morning.
Yeah, so I read that in the morning, at like 7 a.m. around that time, that the waves are conditioned more for surfers. So, and then later in the afternoon, so that's probably why there's a ton of surfers out here this morning.
So La Punta is basically just at the edge of Zicatela. Basically just stands for the point, and some people actually call it La Punta Zicatela Beach. So right behind us is like the little town area. It's just covered by palm trees, and there's lots of bars, restaurants, things like that to do. And all the time you'll see so many people walking by with surfboards or driving by with surfboards on their mopeds.
Yeah, they have moped surfboard holders. Yeah, it's a really surf culture and vibe out here. There's also a lot of yoga retreats, so if you're looking to just get away and like disconnect, you can come out here and do it. I
love these little chill dirt paths. surrounded by restaurants and bars on both ends. It's so cool.
I know, yeah. In the main little area, you can take these tiny little dirt trails out to the ocean, but on either side, you're gonna have like drinks, bars, or restaurants.
I love the shade. Like even on the hottest days, it feels so nice under here. So La Punta is sort of known for being like a backpacker's paradise. Even though it's touristy down here, it doesn't really spoil the local feel around it, which is really nice. So they've done a great job at keeping it like not overdeveloped and very natural. Look at these guys. Hey. Hey.
Hello.
What's up, buddy?
Oh, he's biting my dress. I'm so dead.
He's biting your dress.
Little Sandbabies.
My little boy is born in Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, awesome.
It's the first time see the people from Atlanta.
Nice.
It's the first time in 1 year.
Now this is actually the largest town on the Oaxacan coast, which shows you just how laid back this place is, because it only has like 40,000 people and the vibes here are super laid back. Yeah. Now it's starting to get more popular on the radar and more people are starting to find out about it.
Yeah, mostly because of the surfing here. It's known for its Mexican pipeline, so it is a great spot for experienced surfers, and also if you're not experienced and you want to learn how to surf, this is also a great place for you as well. Even if you're not a surfer or you're not even remotely interested in surfing, you can still come here and there's a ton of things to do.
You ready to eat some seafood, Lauren?
Yes, I'm ready to try some seafood. This place, a local told us that they have the best seafood. We are headed to El Bunker de JP in Puerto Escondido. It's a really cool restaurant that is actually kind of hard to spot. It's a little restaurant that's tucked behind a car wash, and they're known for their ceviche and really fresh seafood. We made it to El Bunker de JP, and right behind me is the car wash, and over here in this little corner is the entrance into the restaurant. Here they have like 3 items at a time, and instead of giving you a menu, she'll come over here and tell you what the items of the day are. Today they had tarritas de pescado, sashimi, and pulpa, which is octopus. But we got one order of the tarritas de pescado. That's the one we were most interested in trying because it actually originated a few hours up the coast. They also serve ceviche, which originated in Peru, so we really wanted to try something that was from Mexico, and so that's why we chose the pescado de, or tarritas de pescado.
All right, so here's the tarritas de pescado. It's very similar to ceviche apparently, with just less ingredients and easier to prepare. But it's known as like a great summertime dish because it's served cold and you have all the onions and slaw, and it's a lot of refreshing ingredients. And here they serve it with these crispy tortillas. But typically it's made with sailfish or marlin, and it's all freshly caught here. That's why they have only a specific menu each day here. It's good. It's a bit spicy, very tangy. It sort of has like a ají type taste, but I like it. Sort of has a smoky flavor.
Alright, so the tarritas de pescado dish actually originated a few hours up the coast in the state of Guerrero. So it's really cool. It originated in Mexico, and now we're down here in Oaxaca trying it. Super good. We're here at Nomad Hostel, where we booked our accommodation for the next few days, and it's absolutely beautiful so far. We do have a private room. We didn't get a shared room, but it's got AC. Excited about that. What about you?
Oh yeah. Got a little bit of an ocean view. More importantly, we also have an OXO view.
We just got back from the beach, and our room is clean. We got a new bedspread here on the bed. Looks really pretty. This is one of the first places that has actually came in daily and cleaned our room. Airbnb usually doesn't do that, but this one does. The location is extremely good because when you walk it onto the ocean, you can go right and you're at Playa Principal, or you can go left and you're at Playa Zicatela. So you're kind of right in the middle of both of these beaches, and you can also walk to the centro really easily.
Here at Zicatela Beach, there's lots of good bars and restaurants. They have everything from Thai food, Japanese food, sushi, like Mediterranean, you get falafel and all that. Is it nice, Lauren?
Yeah.
So what's the deal? We just have to order something or pay more to sit here?
You can sit here as long as you order drink or food.
Oh, okay, nice. And one of my favorite things about being in the Oaxaca coast versus like the Riviera Maya is that all the seats on the beach here, you can just order a drink or some food and it comes with it. You can just chill here. Whereas in like Tulum and Cancun, most of those seats you have to pay extra per hour just to sit at, like the lounge relaxation seat. You can just go sit on with your meal. All you do is order a beer and we're not gonna rush you off. Some places might require that you order food too. Still an awesome deal. Plus the beachside restaurants don't feel inflated very much. The prices are actually pretty good to be literally on the beach, and they have a much more authentic vibe for that reason.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Dos? ¿Queso, por favor? Sí, gracias.
Where are we at, Lauren?
Pizza to go.
I love this type of place.
Zicatela. I love to go slices of pizza. Anyways, we got queso, but they look like they have a lot of different options to offer.
Pizza to go slices. How much were these?
These were 30 pesos a slice.
One observation about the Oaxacan coast so far is there's so much Italian food here. And a lot of it's really, really good. Actually, we've met some Italian people that live here. It appeals to a lot of people, really. We've also met some people from Australia that moved here. Of course, some Americans. We've met some people from India that moved here. The UK, because it's a coast and it's not so crowded, it has appeal just for that reason alone. Visit once and never leave. That's another common story that you find here in Puerto Escondido and Mazunte. People say like, yeah, we visited and immediately made plans to permanently move out here. You want to stop for a second? Oh, nothing. So I think Zicatela is the nicest overall beach for like food, bars, restaurants, things to do. Very, very walkable. They got these walking trails all around the beach, workout equipment, parks, little playground stuff for your kids if you're bringing them. If you keep going down, of course, you reach La Punta. But if you want the really scenic, photogenic beaches, you need to head up north of the city. That's where you'll find like the more scenic coves and stuff with overlooking just gorgeous beaches, and even you'll find clearer water there and also calmer water for swimming and snorkeling, like Playa Manzanillo, Playa Angelito, Carrizalillo, Corral. That area a little north of the city, that's where you won't find as much of the development and things to do. Although the north of the city does have a lot of great restaurants as well and more of the fancy hotels, but that's where you'll find all the scenic beaches, so you cannot miss those if you're in the area. I think staying in the Zicatela area or in the Centro is the best bet if you want to be walkable to all the nightlife and restaurants and stuff.
We are at Playa Principal, and starting at Playa Principal is a really cool ocean walk called Un Sueño Posible. It is not your average ocean walk. It was built some odd decades ago. I can't remember the exact date, but it's pretty old, and the water from the ocean has kind of busted it down.
So I'm standing here at the first overlook. Not a lot of it's left, but it's still pretty cool to get out here and check it out. Kind of in ruins now. But actually the founder of this, he was inspired by a famous beach walk in Monaco, Monte Carlo, that he wanted to kind of recreate here. I think unfortunately the weather and the waves wasn't a match for it, but it's still quite a nice place to just kind of get away and relax. And I do see some people doing that. And when the tide is low, there doesn't seem to be much danger. But I guess at high tide, you can get hit by some sneaker waves and things like that. So there's a section of the trail that's currently soaked. The tide's a little bit too high for this section, but it's not like the waves are not like overtaking it. But wow, just look at this path and how cool it must have been back in the day.
Heading up to the second viewpoint, which is a little bit higher than the last one.
Yeah. Just Just like I thought though, I think this place is completely hidden. Nobody even knows it's here anymore. And sure enough, the only people out here are just some people fishing, chilling, and smoking weed, things like that.
Un Sueño Posible is such a cool walk. Definitely, I can see why they put up the signs at your own risk, because there have been a few massive waves that have overtaken the trail. And if you know anything about sneaker waves, they're really dangerous. So it definitely is a dangerous trail, but nonetheless, it's a beautiful trail. Also, I forgot to mention you can easily reach this trail by visiting the Puerto Piedra beach. And it's also a cool hidden gem little beach that's right in Centro Puerto Escondido.
Travel far we use to fish. Here it's difficult because it's not so many fish. We need to travel other places.
Yeah. There's like Chakahawa and
Chakawa.
then
Yeah, we used to go to Chakawa sometimes.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
We saw a sign for a coffee shop that they have bagels. And so we haven't had bagels since coming down to Mexico, so we got to try this out and see how they are.
I lived in both Carolinas for 10 years.
Oh, so did we. We lived in North Carolina, not South Carolina.
Which one?
North Carolina.
North Carolina, we lived in Raleigh.
Oh,
Raleigh
I
and then
lived,
Winston-Salem.
right by South Point Mall.
Where are you originally from?
Minnesota.
Oh, Minnesota.
Oh, okay, nice.
Cool.
That's a great state too. Ready to try these bagels?
Yes, we were at Cafe Lafe, and we also he recommended some in-house jam that they make, so I don't know if he's gonna put that on the bagel with the cream cheese, but we're gonna try that. And then also he said they have really good cappuccinos, so we each got a cappuccino as well. All right, are we rolling?
Yes.
All right, so here is our bagel with cream cheese. Yes, it has literally been, I haven't had cream cheese since we were back in the United States. So,
yeah. And
also here is the house-made jam that he was telling us about. This is passion fruit.
How is it?
Really good.
Nice.
The bread on the inside of the bagel is very like soft and chewy,
Nice.
which is really good.
Nice. So bagels in Mexico.
Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, make sure you give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us out, and we've got a lot of travel content coming for you in the future.
Yep, and if you've been to the Oaxaca coast or Puerto Escondido, throw any tips in there for us that you have and for everybody else.
Yeah, absolutely, and thanks for watching, amigos.
Yep, we'll see you next time. Adios. All right, guys, so quick update and a few disclaimers about our time on the Oaxaca coast. If you are thinking about living there for a while as a digital nomad or expat, and this video kind of freaked you out as far as the cost of living and the Wi-Fi, we just had a few things to add in on that topic.
Yeah, we actually did this the tourist way. We were very unprepared when we went to Puerto Escondido and the whole Oaxaca coast in general. So we did not book anything in advance, which left us booking, you know, week by week or night by night on Airbnb. We totally do not recommend that route.
Speaking of working on the Oaxaca coast, if you are planning on working online while you're there and are kind of nervous about the Wi-Fi, we did actually work the whole time we were there. It is doable, it's just a bit of a challenge. Sometimes the Wi-Fi speeds are not all that great, but there are some options that you can find places that have decent enough Wi-Fi to work. And there's a beach club, at least one beach club in town where you can go pay like $10 per day and you can use their Wi-Fi until they close.
Actually, check out the description in this video. We're gonna link the Airbnb that we upgraded to.
Yeah.
So we ended up booking a much more expensive Airbnb, but the Wi-Fi speeds were impeccable. It was like 55 megabytes per second download speed. So we had no problems there, and we'll leave that listing in the description below. However, it was on the pricey side. He has multiple listings that range from $40 to $55. So a little bit pricey. But we had to do it for our workflow.
It came with like a shared swimming pool, rooftop terrace, great AC, very comfortable, nice apartment, and close walking distance to like Playa Angelito, 5 minutes to Playa Principal in downtown in the city center. So it's definitely a very nice place, just way more than we normally pay for Airbnbs. Other than that, I think it is a bit of a challenge if you're working there. It is a bit pricier than we expected, especially if you didn't plan it like us. But in my opinion, it's totally worth it. It's a rare place, lots of delicious food, amazing culture. So I still think it's worth the extra challenges to visit.
I couldn't agree more. I absolutely love Puerto Escondido. It was one of my favorite places that we stayed in Mexico.
Yeah, and quick update, there's a lot of good news coming towards the Oaxaca coast. Like for instance, right now it takes about 7.5, 8 hours to get there from Oaxaca City to Puerto Escondido. The roads are really windy if you're taking a bus or driving. I think it took us right at 8, unless you're flying, of course, from Mexico City or Oaxaca City, which is another option. But now, this year, they're supposed to complete a new highway that is only going to take like 2.5 hours from Oaxaca City to drive all the way to Puerto Escondido. So that's really going to be a game changer and make it way more accessible as well.
And before we end the video, we just want to give a quick update. We are currently in the States right now, but we're heading back to Mexico really soon. And we know there has been a lot of buzz on how much time people are being given on their tourist visas. So soon we're going to have a lot more information for you when we cross back over the border. But as of right now, we know that it's a kind of wild card on whether or not you're going to get 180 days in the country coming in as a tourist.
So yeah, a lot of people are saying that if you have a return flight booked when you enter the country, sometimes they'll just give you 180 days or give you that specific amount of time. So that's the solution perhaps. And other people say if you have your entire accommodation lined out for the whole 6 months, that they'll go ahead and give you the 180 days. And other than that, it can be hit or miss. Some people get it, some people don't. So that's definitely a challenge for us folks who are maybe not ready or need to get the temporary resident visa, which is more than 6 months, less than 4 years, or maybe we're not eligible. So that's something to definitely watch for, and we're gonna have a lot more information coming on that in the near future.
Until next time, hasta luego, amigos.